friends, Rebecca here, the Dragon Librarian from Farmington Community Library, and Alderon is with me today to talk to you about a book that is really, really special. So I think it's special because it kind of took me by surprise, and I was really excited to read it once I figured a couple things out about it. But then it really blew me away. It was so much better than I had even anticipated, which is always just such a pleasant surprise. It's great when you go into a book expecting really good things and then the really good things just keep coming. I love when that happens when you're reading, right? So this book I think is absolutely perfect for, especially if you're a reader who likes a bunch of different things in their books, that's not just all one particular thing or one particular theme. This book has a little bit of everything. So what is it that I'm talking about? Well, it's called Twelfth Night by Alexene Farol Follmuth, which is a bit of a mouthful. Twelfth Night. And if you know anything about Shakespeare, you might know that Twelfth Night, though spelled without the K, is one of Shakespeare's most famous plays. And yes, this book is definitely a play on that play. So if you are somebody who enjoys Shakespeare, I think you will get a kick out of all the references and the naming and stuff like that. But it doesn't matter if you are not a fan of Shakespeare or you couldn't care less about Shakespeare. It doesn't matter, because this is a wonderful story all on its own. And who knows, maybe this book will make you think, that Shakespeare guy had some pretty cool ideas. Maybe I'll want to read some of his stuff. And if not, that's cool too. So I wanted to read this book because, first of all, I didn't even know it was coming out, but this author, Alexene Farol Follmuth, is actually the name of another author who I have been reading all of their works, their adult books, Olivia Blake. And I had no idea that they were the same person. So I'm not sure if Olivia Blake is the pen name or Alexene Farol Follmuth is the pen name, but either way, it's the same author who you may have recognized the title, The Atlas Six, which is a really, really popular trilogy that she wrote. And she's written a lot of other adult books too that are absolutely fantastic. And this is her YA debut. And when I found out that she had written this, I was so excited. It could have been about tumbleweeds and I probably would have wanted to read it because I love this author. But when I started reading it, I absolutely fell completely in love with the characters and the story. And like I said before, how many different things are in this book. So if you like a lot of different stuff, like for example, if you like sports, one of the main characters is a quarterback. If you like role-playing games, if you like video games, if you just like really good stories with complex characters that have a lot of growth, boom, this book has it all. There's some romance in it too. So basically, this story is about a high schooler named Viola. And Viola is having a little bit of a tough time because you see, she has a lot of confidence. She knows what she is worth and she is not afraid to speak her mind. Sounds fantastic, right? Well, some of her classmates don't agree with her. And basically her best friend keeps telling her, oh, you have to be nicer, you have to be nicer. Basically trying to tell her she has to like minimize herself so that other people feel better about themselves, which Viola knows is just not cool at all. She's also stressed out because her tabletop RPG campaign that she's been running is getting taken over by somebody else. Totally sucks. And to add to that, the student body president, Jack Orsino, seems to have like the least care in the world about what he's doing, and she is always picking up the pieces of what he's working on. So things could just not be more stressful for Viola. So one way she likes to escape is she goes and plays this online game, which is like this fantasy game. And she has created a character on there that is a guy. Well, Jack Orsino has been wounded and is not able to play football right now, so he also gets starting to get playing this game. And they meet, their characters meet. So she has this male character named Cesario, and Jack Orsino becomes friends with this character. So as they begin talking online and becoming friends, they start talking about more than just the game that they're playing. They start talking about life, about love, about all the things going on in their lives, and they actually start to grow closer and closer to each other. But Viola knows that, you know, it's a lie because she's actually Viola. She's not Cesario. She's not a guy online. She is herself. And she has to try to figure out whether she wants to come clean to him and tell him who she really is. And in the meantime, in real life, Jack and Viola are getting along better than they ever had in school. So there's a lot going on in the story. It's about video games, it's about role-playing games, it's about football, it's about being true to yourself, it's about so much character growth, and it's a little bit of romance too, right? Between Jack and Viola. So if you are, like I said, if you're a fan of Shakespeare, you will see the similarities between the story and even the character names and stuff like that, which is really fun. But this book is fantastic. I really love the way that this author writes dialogue. In her adult books, I absolutely just always am down with the way she writes dialogue, and her YA book is just as fantastic. Sometimes when an author predominantly writes adult books and then they go into the YA area, sometimes the dialogue or even the story can feel a bit stilted and stiff, but that's not the case here. She nailed it. Everything is, the interactions between all the characters are really great, and there's some really hard-hitting truths and life lessons in this book too. So like I said, a little bit of everything. If you're looking for a really fun read this summer that has a lot of different aspects to it, check out 12th Night. Well, that's what we've got for you guys today. I hope that this book sounds really awesome, and it might be something that's now on your radar that you want to read. If so, please feel free to come check it out from Farmington Community Library. And also don't forget to sign up for summer reading if you haven't already. Thank you so much, friends, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day.